So I am very excited to listen in from the speakers of today. So first of all, I would love to inform you that you can type your questions in the chat box for after the session is done, and then we can, so that our speakers can answer after. Thank you very much. And we're going to begin now. I'm going to begin by introducing my speakers today. Unfortunately, one of them could not make it because of unseen circumstances, but the ones who are present will represent her well. So one of our speakers is Eric. I think I saw him. Eric Kwabena, yes, he's a dynamic entrepreneur and digital advocate with a strong background in education technology, with extensive experience in empowering individuals through digital and financial literacy. He has successfully guided numerous people in leveraging platforms like LinkedIn and YouTube. And as the CEO of Tech for Everyone, he is passionate about making technology accessible and beneficial for all, particularly with the African context. We are so excited to hear from you, Kwabena, and we hope this is very interactive and informative. Our next speaker is Eunice Omojola. Yes, she's the founder of Tech in Edu, bridging the digital divide and empowering young people with technical skills. Her initiative has impacted a diverse community of over 200 youngsters across 3 countries, fostering digital literacy, and her work featured on various media. She's also a Harvard ex-alumni and an award-winning essayist. A medical student at the University of Lagos, Eunice leverages her expertise as a programs director and content writer to drive STEAM education and SDG advocacy. As an Ashoka young changemaker, she inspires young people to become changemakers, developing solutions to local problems. I am very hopeful that by the end of this session today, Eunice would have inspired so many young people who are listening in. Thank you so much, Eunice, for being present. And our last speaker for today is Ruth Egbedi. I'm not sure if I pronounced it well, but it's Ruth. She's a 20-year-old Nigerian who is the founder of the Young African Foundation, a beacon of hope for girls across Nigeria and beyond. Currently pursuing a dual degree in economics and education at the University of Calabar, she is a relentless advocate for the girl child and an aspiration to ensure every young girl receives menstrual education and access to hygienic materials. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. And let's kick in straight to our general question. Kwabena, if you're around, please unmute and answer this question. Kwabena, are you around?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Our general question is, what would you say were your key differences between life in high school and life after high school? And what would your advice be to anyone who is transitioning?
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity. And I'm very happy to see a lot of African, especially as an African conscious person. I'm happy to see a lot of people here who are doing amazing, and they are right from neighboring countries, right? It's amazing. So first of all, please, can I share a little bit? I have a short slide to share that will be very simple. Can I share it right now? Or
yes, go ahead.
okay. So do I have the share? Okay, I have it. Okay. Okay, so I'm not allowed to share, but maybe I can. If that's not possible, then maybe I can just view from my slide then.
Okay, try sharing now.
Okay. Let's go again. Great. Okay. Um, So I hope have been introduced already. So let me just start. Oh, my. Okay, sorry. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you for the question. So let me just, I wanted to make it bigger, but I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so first of all, it's very important to for this program is very, very important, because some of us, if we had this information earlier, it would have really helped us in, you know, guiding ourselves and learning a lot of stuff that will really help us when we get into the university or any other postgraduates, right? Or post high school. So first thing that I'll talk about is digital literacy. Right now, everything is technology. And I'm fortunate enough to work at a cafe when immediately I completed SHS. And this was a big change for me, because then I realized that there's a lot that I'm learning, or I learned over there. So some of them are basic computer skills. So you can do research. Research span from learning how to apply for schools, learning, getting to know opportunities such as scholarships, and a lot of stuff, right? How you can even apply for universities, not even around your, maybe in Africa, maybe you are in Nigeria right now, learning how to apply university, maybe in Ghana, in South Africa, with scholarship. And if you have these digital skills, you can learn all of them. You can learn something like Office Suite, that's the Word, PowerPoint, and all this stuff. Google products such as Keep, Doc, spreadsheets. These are all, let's say, digital skills or digital literacy. When you learn them, it will pay off, right? It's worth it, because I learned them when I completed SHS, and it's really helped me in all life, because it's more like when you come to the university level, everything is digitized, and if you don't have these skills, you find yourself every time you'll be relying on other people to help you, right? And secondly, critical thinking and problem solving, right? Coming to university, I wasn't having this kind of skills, but I think when you did maybe maths, elective maths, this kind of, it enhanced your critical thinking skills. So I was able to like cope with it, right? So critical thinking means you being able to analyze problems and come up with solution, which is crucial initially, especially in fast evolving field like technology and business. So you'll be able to analyze problems. So whatever problem that comes to you, gather data, analyze them, right? You'll be given work, you'll be given sophisticated problems. You can face life problems, right? How are you going to analyze the problem and come up with crucial solution to solve these very, very essential skills you need before you're getting into the university or any post high school program. Secondly, thirdly, that's collaboration and teamwork. This is a gem, because I quite remember when I went to, initially I said that I was very abreast with the technical skills, right? That's the digital skills. So when I went to school, it's more like almost all my friends don't know how to go about this, you know, this digital skills. So I was having upper hand. I was teaching them programming. I was teaching them literally everything, right? And this really helped them, because they were willing to learn, collaborate, and okay, so let me drag this one. They were willing to learn and collaborate, and we were working as a team, right? So all my friends benefited from the knowledge that I have, because they were willing to learn and collaborate, right? So you can work effectively with diverse people or diverse group, and this will really help you. Don't be someone who be like, okay, don't be, what do you call, discriminative. Don't be like, okay, I'm not associating with this person. When you go to university, and even in life general, don't be discriminative, because you don't know where you meet someone. So always try to collaborate and form teams. And my last slide will be adaptability and lifelong learning. I've realized that in this world, 21st century, we are in the information world. And day in, day out, if you know how to use a software like Filmora for editing, maybe for 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago, there have been another software which is better than what you know already. So you have to be willing to adapt, right? Now we have AI. Do you know how to use the AI efficiently? Do you know how to benefit from the AI for your advantage, right? You have to learn. You have to be current, right? So be able to learn new skills, adapt to change, because the university or whatever post high school that we go in on, it's a new environment. So you have to be adaptive to be able to fit in there, right? So this is the skills that I'll share with you that like I've really learned, and if I knew them earlier before getting to the university, it will really have impact. Even though I was having some of the skills before getting to the university, and I hope you have taken something from this. And thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Hopefully, I'll come back with the second question. Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you so much, Kwabena. That was so informative. And I hope the next questions, I'm very sure for the next questions, you're going to do the same. Eunice, are you present? All right, I think I see you.
Yes.
So the same question to you in just 1 minute. What would you say were your key differences between life in high school and life after high school? And what would your advice be to anyone who is transitioning in 1 minute?
All right. So can you hear me first of all?
May you come closer to your mic? You're not audible enough.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So briefly, I'll just say that the key difference for me from being in high school and then graduating at High School is when you're in high school, you have a very that of you. So you have your teachers, you have your instructor time that you must follow, regardless of whether you like it or not. You have to stick to the timetable. But after graduation, it's like you set the structure for yourself. So there's the onus is on you to do a lot of things by yourself. So my advice to anyone that is going to be transitioning or has transitioned is that you need to be accountable. To start to take up accountability rules right from when you are in high school, so that when you graduate, you're not too shocked and too confused on how to. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Better.
You keep breaking along the way, but you're clear and you're not clear, so it is.
Oh, okay, I'll try to adjust. But what I was saying is that just be accountable, take on accountable rules while you are in high school and prepare for the world ahead, because you do not have a structured system that is ready for graduation. Thank you.
Thank you, Eunice. Maybe you can adjust for your next question, but that was amazing. Ruth, if you're present, please unmute and answer. What would you say were your key differences between life in high school and life after high school? And what would your advice be to anyone who is transitioning? Ruth?
Yeah, I'm here with you. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes. So I would like to say a very big thank you to the organizers of this event. Thank you for having young people at heart, and thank you for the opportunity to, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. So when that was in the year 2018, I just graduated from high school, and my parents wanted me to learn a skill, and they would call it handwork. I was finding it hard to choose the specific skill I wanted to learn. So I heard of an event that was happening in Lagos. It was Future African Leaders Summit. I really wanted to attend it. So when I went there, I was so happy to see young people creating change. I felt that if these young people can create change, that means I too can create change. I saw a short documentary of a young boy in Malawi who like had an access to a textbook, and with that, he could create a solution in his community. With that, I had to network with the leaders of that event. I went online, searched for young change makers, connected with them. With that, I was able to like know of organizations that I could take courses to learn. I joined the Young African Leaders Initiative. With that, I was able to take several courses. I was able to take several courses that helped me. Recently, there was a young girl that was trending because she has over 118 certificates from Yali Network. So from this Yali initiative, you can learn as much courses that you want to build your skills. So I believe that there are several events in your countries, in your continent. Try as much as possible to attend them. Google give out courses. So because even before I got into tertiary institution, I already had employable skills. Over the years, I built myself. So I would advise that you try to join communities, reach out to people, and especially I believe that every young person should be on LinkedIn. If you're a young person and you are very concerned about your professional growth, I believe that you should be on LinkedIn, connect with people that are doing something as similar as what you do, and do not be ashamed to send them a message for mentorship as far as you're ready to grow. So I'll be stopping there and I'm open to other questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So without wasting any time, Kwabena, if you could come back and switch on your camera, and we can go into our next sessions. Kwabena?
Hello, Sophia.
Yes.
Sylvia.
Yes. So what essential skills should students develop before transitioning to adulthood, and how have they been able to help you? Should I repeat the question?
Yeah, you can repeat it anyway. I have it, but you can repeat it.
Okay. What essential skills should students develop before transitioning to adulthood, and how have they been able to help you?
Okay. So let me make it very quick one. Come in. So, okay, so first of all, I will talk about financial literacy, right? Because money is everything, right? Your school will be paid by money, so you have to understand some financial terms. So I call it financial intelligence. So you have to understand what is cash flow, which is mainly cash in and cash out. The money that you have been given, how much is it? What are you spending it on? So you have to learn about cash flow, expenses, budgeting, savings, how you can create multiple sources of income on campus, selling, and honesty, right? So this is all you need to know when it comes to financial intelligence, right? So let me move on so let me sum them up, right? So when you come to campus, there are a lot of opportunity here that you can earn money, right? So you can, the little money that you'll be given, you can look in around your hostel or any place that you find yourself. What can you exchange? What value can you create and exchange for money? And when it comes into that, that's when you use your financial intelligence, very, very necessary. So I can't talk without mentioning about financial literacy or financial intelligence. I also talk about entrepreneurship, right? We always say that Africa has a lot of unemployed youth. So I always tell people that before you complete school, start to get at least two source of income, at least two source of income before you complete school, right? Before you complete school, why? Because it's likely that when you are done, you won't get a job. This one that I'm going to tell you frankly, right? So try as much as possible that you get something doing in school before you get out, because so that immediately when you get out, when you don't get a job, you don't be surprised. You won't be surprised. You just do whatever you have started in school. And if you have completed SHS, that's high school, and you're in the house, try to learn some skills, digital skills. You can learn computer skills, you can learn plumbing, you can learn mason, driving, fashion design, content creator, trying to learn something, because those who have the skills are those who can exchange it for money. If you don't have any skill, you are going to be hungry, right? And lastly, I'll advise you to read and listen to audiobooks. This has really changed my life, right? Listening to audiobooks on YouTube and reading books as well. And I have some books that I'll recommend for you. One is about African history, the destruction of Black civilization. Second one is about finance, the richest man in Babylon. And last one is about self-development, the magic of thinking big. Thank you. So this is what I have to share with you. Thank you for this opportunity once again.
Thank you so much, Kwabena. That was so inspiring. You mentioned computer skills, which is something we're driving to in this generation or in this current time of ours. And that is really important for university students, I guess. And financial skills, because we need them as we transition. Even after university, we need to manage money, because the economy we are living in now is so tricky and unbalanced. Thank you so much, Kwabena. Eunice, did you adjust? If you could come on now. Eunice?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. So your question is, how can students identify their passion as well as skills they need for success in this new age? Should I repeat the question?
All right, so I would just say, yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. How can students identify their passion as well as skills that they need in this new age? Eunice?
All right, yeah, thank you, Sylvia. So first of all, let me just use this opportunity to repeat what I said earlier. So what I was saying for the first question is that in high school, you have a structured environment. And then after high school, you have to create a structured environment for yourself. So there's a lot of responsibility on you to be accountable. So take accountability roles while you're still in high school. That was my response to the first question. And for this, how do you identify your passions and strengths? I would just say is very important. So if there's something that you do a lot, something that when you're woken up even by 2 a.m. gets you very revved up, if it's writing, if it's art, I don't know what it is, but that's a very strong what passion might be, what you might eventually do.
Eunice, I think you're having network issues. Maybe you can leave the meeting and then join. Maybe that will
research. Sometimes you might not be able to might have an interest in. Sorry?
Eunice, you're breaking.
Yes.
And we did not hear what you said exactly because you broke off. So maybe you can leave the meeting and then join again.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. So as Eunice comes back, I would love to go straight to you, Ruth, and then maybe Eunice can continue after, because I see Ruth here. Ruth, your question is, what resources are available for high school graduates as well as university students to continue skill development, and how have they helped you over the course of your career?
Okay, thank you so much for having me once again. So I'll talk about resources that helps me grow. One resource that helped me grow was a community. That's community of young people. So I think I mentioned earlier of Young African Leaders Initiative by Nelson Mandela. We have this community in every country, in every state. So I would advise as young people, we should look out for these communities and be a part of them and like fully engage in what they are doing. Let your heart be part of it. And I believe that in communities like this, you see people that can mentor you, that you can just send them a message freely and they'll respond to you. And again, I would say Google give out courses. So it depends on what you want. For a young person that wants to thrive and wants to be the smartest in a room, you have to be informed. You have to be fully informed. And to be fully informed, you have to be aware of what you have or your niche. So you can take courses from Young African Leaders Initiative Network. And also, Google gives out courses, free courses. You can get your certificate as well. Then I said earlier, every young person should be on LinkedIn because it is a professional app, and this app would help you connect with people that you admire. You can send them a connection. You would always view their progress. You can actually post your progress. You can get a job. You can learn. You can attend events. So first of all, I would say join a community. Two, take courses that are regarding to your niche. And three, be on LinkedIn. And four, feel free to send anybody messages, anybody you admire for anything, feel free to send them messages and ensure you keep it professional. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ruth, for being so brief and being concise. I don't know if Eunice is back. Eunice? As Eunice comes back, Ruth mentioned joining communities, which is very important because immediately after high school, I joined a community, and in that community there was a project, and the project has helped me grow over time, and I've also been able to help my friends, not just from university, but from other places, to also join that community, and they've also been able to build themselves and build their networks wide instead of us just sitting at home and doing nothing. At least join the community and get the connections. Thank you so much, Ruth, and thank you, Kwabena. I don't know if Eunice is back. I'm trying to buy time and wait for her. Eunice? Okay, since she's not yet here, perhaps we could go on our second general question. Just 1 minute. Eric, I see you're here. Eric Kwabena. Yes. So for our second general question, that Mama was supposed to answer, but unfortunately she's not here. So how can students prepare effectively for post-secondary education and the workforce?
Okay. So first of all, when students vacate like computer school, whenever you have time, don't waste it. Learn a skill. I'm going to say this. Because if you have a skill, you are like, don't confuse maybe your certificate with skill. Your certificate proves that you have learned something and you can do something. Most of the time, you don't have that skill until you go and do that thing, right? So what I always tell students is that gap year, that's when you have to learn a lot, because you get to, the reason why most of the time people will be like, when you go to countries like the first world country, some people will be like, oh, that place, they are working maybe at the age of 18 he's working and all this stuff. Maybe you may not have these industries to maybe get a job at the age of 17, 20, 18, but you can start something. You can join a plumbing shop. You can join someone who's into plumbing that, oh, I want to learn, regardless whether you're a guy or a lady, learn it, because if you know it, you can do a lot with it. You can create business out of it. You can create income out of it. You can build, you can add to it to make it a business, right? So I always tell students that even if you are in school, try to get a skill and make sure that skill that you are getting, there's a lot of people who need it, right? Imagine like, don't go to saturate, like don't learn something that is very saturated, right? Try to learn something that's what like people really want it. Look at your environment, what people really need. Because I feel like, well, the world is all about solving a problem, right? And if I were able to learn this skill, you can do a lot and you can change a lot of life as well.
Thank you so much, Kwabena. I think, I don't know how to phrase it, but I think I am like a victim of your first point where you said you should get a skill, because immediately after high school, before I joined the community, I went to do a short course before university, and I did fashion and design. learned tailoring, and he's helping me, with campus money, something like that. It's helping me a lot. Thank you so much, Eric. Before Eunice speaks, I would request Ruth to answer the general question, and then we can have Eunice, hoping this time she's going to be loud and clear. Ruth, how can students prepare effectively for post-secondary education and the workforce?
Okay, so thank you again. Thank you once again for this opportunity. So I would say that, okay, for me, before I joined school, so when I joined school, I was overwhelmed with school workload. And I really wanted to give my grade the best shot. And also, I would say that as a young person and in this century, you should have a tech skill, because something that would not require you to probably leave school or miss classes or something. So I believe that every young person should have a skill. It could be anything, it could be public speaking, and as well join communities in school. Just like my school, I attend a federal university in Nigeria, and in my school we have a public speaking department. So it's a department where you can actually get a skill or learn a skill in public speaking. So first of all, even if you don't have a skill before getting into school, try as much as possible to join communities where you could learn skills. Skill can be anything. It could be your volunteering skill. What can you really offer? It could be graphic designing, but I would definitely advise that every young person should learn and have a tech skill, because it will help you navigate your tertiary institution. So that gap here, ensure you use it very wisely, very, very, very wisely. Like I rightly said, before I got into the tertiary institution, I already had employable skills because I used my gap here very wisely. So I would advise that you do the same. Learn any skill you're very passionate about. Ensure you're passionate about it. But I would highly recommend tech skills. Ensure that you have a tech skill in any field that you are very passionate about. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Eunice, I see you're back. I'm going to repeat your question just so that we can get on track, of your question. So what resources are available for high school graduates as well? Oh, sorry, that is Ruth's question. Your question was, how can students identify their own, their passion as well as skills they need for success in this new age?
All right, thank you very much. I hope you guys can hear me now clearly.
Much better, much better.
All right. Thank you very much. So, like I was saying, the first thing is identify your passion. And I was talking about self-analysis, how this is possible through self-analysis. There's that one thing that you like to do that gets your interest, every time that you see it, hear it, maybe hear people talk about it. What is that one thing that you're so interested in that if you're waking up by 2 a.m., you can do without, any form of restraint or hesitation? Mark that thing, note it down. It might be something that you're passionate about. And also, another thing is research. Yes, I was saying research as well. So go online. I mean, you're about to transition into the afterlife of school. Make research on courses, careers, and if you're finding it difficult to identify your strengths, yes, your strengths, just research. Once you are taking a look at a particular course or career, you might start to connect the dots between your personality and that career. And before you know, you're already identifying your passions, the things that you can do. I'll also say that it's necessary that you have 21st century skills. So these are things that you're not born with, you're not born a graphic designer or a public speaker. Some people are, but things that you need to learn, the two speakers have hammered on learning a skill. So learn any hard skill, learn soft skills as well. So that's my answer in summary to that question.
Thank you so much, Eunice. That was incredible. Before you disappear, I'm going to, there's a general question that I'd love you to answer. Yeah. So how can students prepare effectively for post-secondary education and the workforce? If you could come back and answer.
Okay, so I'll say ask questions ask a lot of questions from the right people. Ruth was emphasizing reaching out to people as long as you're ready to learn and as long as you're ready to be mentored. So I'm going to hammer on that and say ask questions and develop yourself. You cannot be seeking for mentorship from someone when you're not ready to put in the work. I mean, high school is a place that drills you because you're working hours to hours, back to back. When you
Have we lost Eunice again? Eunice?
come out of high school, use your gap year effectively by developing yourself. Also remember to have patience as well, because not to ask questions from the right people, do your own research in my time, make research about people, about careers, and just ask questions from the right people so that you can get
Eunice?
the right answers that you need.
Eunice, may you repeat what you said? You kind of broke off and we didn't get you clearly. Eunice? I think we've lost Eunice again. As we're almost finishing this session for today, I would love us.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes. Is that Eunice? Eunice, is that you? Oh, I guess it's not her. I would love us.
I think my network is really fluctuating.
Is that? Sorry about the background noise. Almost near the road. As Eunice comes back, I'd love us to raise up our hands. For those in the audience, raise up our hands and ask any question that could have crossed your mind to any of our three speakers, even if it's Kwabena, Ruth, or on anything that they've talked about, or something that you'd love them to talk about. May raise up your hand, or you may unmute, or you can type in the chat room.
Hi, how are you? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I've got a question. To Eric. Yes, I wanna ask Eric a question. So Eric, do you think we need more universities that will offer more skills? Like, isn't like what kind of skills also can we look forward to tap into? Because of isn't like right now we've got AI, right, which is replacing a whole lot of jobs. And also, yes, don't want to keep it long. I don't know if you got my question.
Yep. I think people really like ask this question a lot from that point of like now AI is coming and it can do a lot of stuff. And if I look at my school programs, right? My school programs, I can say that about 50% of the program that's still in section that like they are teaching us right now, they are teaching us 50% of them can be replaced by AI. So it's more like you have been trained for 4 years to go and do something that AI can do it within a very simple, right? So for the skills, I always say that be on top of your game, right? Whatever you want to do, be the best, and try to be very entrepreneur, right? One thing I realized that you can't learn everything, but you can be like, this is what I'm doing. I always find talent. Then I try to push them into entrepreneurship where maybe I can be part of whatever they are doing, right? Because we are talking about job is not available and we don't even have the industry. So for the skills itself, try to learn technical skills aside the tech skills, which is very, very recruitive. You can learn plumbing. You can learn because AI can do plumbing, right? You can learn electrician, you can learn something. And if you have time, like you have someone who is doing it and you are not doing anything, just go there, teach me, because that will help you to make a lot of sources of income because you have those skills. Let's say right now, I have about 4 sources of income because of the skill that I have, right? So make sure that the skill that you have is also you know how to monetize that skill. So you know how to edit video. Don't be in your room. Try to make flyer that I can edit video for you. You know how to take pictures. Don't be taking pictures. Monetize it. Make flyer. Make noise about it, and you get the result that you want. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. That was awesome. Came prepared. Came prepared. Shout out to you. So I don't know. Can I ask a follow-up question?
Pardon?
If
I'm
the
asking
moderator
if I can ask a follow-up question, or should I give the other leaders an opportunity to ask questions?
If there is no one to ask a question now, because we just need like 2 more questions to close this up. So if no one else has a question, maybe you can ask.
Okay.
Anyone else want to ask any of our speakers a question?
Yes, I have a question. First of all, I would like to recognize the presence of all participants. My question goes like, as a student who wants a scholarship from NGOs, what should I do in order to get that scholarship? So that is my question. Thank you.
Who is your question directed to?
My question goes to the speaker. I don't know whether she has come back or is still having that network issue. So my question goes to her.
Eunice, are you here?
Yeah, Eunice. Yeah, Eunice.
Eunice? I don't think she's back. I think her network is still giving her an issue, but any of our speakers can answer, Kwabena or Ruth.
Okay,
that's good.
So
that's what I want.
Thank you.
Okay, so right now there's a lot of opportunity, and I always feel like you can learn everything on your own. You can even apply visa by watching YouTube videos. So whatever scholarship that you want, you can even go the top 10 scholarship for African students. Just go there. Maybe even from high school, you want university scholarship. Even Ashasi in Ghana is offering international students. So the thing is, it's based on you. YouTube is there. And if you are able to identify that this scholarship, go type in Ashasi University, how to apply for their scholarship as international students. You get a full video that will take you through step by step. So you have no excuse to say that you don't know, because the internet is there, the Wi-Fi is there, and you can use it at your advantage. So search, because it's always available on the internet.
Thank you so much. That is a good response I want.
Thank you so much, Kwabena. That was amazing. Any more questions or just one? Any questions? I don't think there's any more questions. So Eunice is not yet back. I do not know why, but I would love to applaud my speakers, all my speakers who have been present. And you could use your reactions, to applaud for them, please, everyone. Thank you so much for the session. It was so informative. It was interesting. And I guess we have learnt a lot, from what you have said. And for any student who is here, who is going to transition from high school, or any student who is transitioning from university to the workforce, has picked a thing or two from here. And I think we shall use our breakout rooms to network and keep in touch with everyone. If you want to find out about anything that's happening in Ghana or Nigeria or Uganda, you can use those breakout rooms and speak to our speakers. Thank you so much. I've been your moderator for the first session, and I cannot wait for the other sessions. I hope they'll be this informative. Thank you so much for the organizers, to the organizers, for this wonderful initiative, and I am so honored to have been the first moderator. Thank you. Back to you, back to you, Fulami.
Hi, okay. Thank you very much, Sylvia, and thank you very much, session one moderators. I'm sure we've all been able to learn something from these sessions. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, loud and
Okay.
clear.
All right, great. So now, after the Q&A session we just had, we're going to go into breakout rooms. So this will be a time for you to just get to connect with different people. So we're going to randomly assign people to different breakout rooms. You'll be there for about 5 minutes just to get to introduce yourselves. If you have any questions, you can get to network, and then we'll be back in 5 minutes for the next session. So I will just assign people now randomly into breakout rooms. So once you are assigned to your breakout rooms, you can just join in, get to introduce yourself, talk about what you do, anything. Okay. So if you've not been assigned a room, you can just let me know. I'm still assigning people. Then we would bring everyone back afterwards. So we'd have about 5 minutes to do so. Okay, so if you're not in a breakout room, let me know, and then I will assign you to a room. You can just unmute so I can just assign you. Okay, while we're waiting, are the session two speakers here? I see two people called College Guide Africa. If you can rename yourself, that would be great.
I'm trying to log in on another device, so just give me 5 seconds.
Okay.